Lundy is standing over me like, you good, dog? And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to need a second. And then Lundy was like, tight, and walked back into his room.
What the fuck, Hey, welcome to the Basement Show. I'm Noah Watson.
Hi, I'm Jake Tooley.
And on this episode, we've got a few guests.
We got Dylan Jenkins.
And we got Ben Levy.
Some of your favorites. They're all back.
Yeah. To kick it off, me and Jake Tooley are going to talk about how much we love animals.
Oh, boy, do we love them.
It's kind of foggy in my memory. I blocked it out.
Have you ever met somebody and been like, dude, they did not shape your head back right? You know when they come out? When they just shave their head. I feel like Ben's like that.
Like Hey Arnold.
Under his head. Yeah, under his hair and shit. If we shaved Ben's head. Yeah, I feel like if we shaved Ben's head, you could see where the doctor fucked up his soft spot. Like...
There's a scar that says I'm sorry.
Just like he tagged it. Like he's like, I owe you.
Oops.
You know, next baby, I'll get it right.
Oh, that's the other terrifying part. You just have to trust a doctor to know what it's doing the entire time.
Yeah, have you seen a half circumcised dick?
No.
Dude, it's insane. Hey, I mean, it's not that crazy. It looks like exactly what you would think about.
It looks like you just have a hoodie on, not a full
Not a hoodie. It's like a turtleneck. It's like a turtleneck instead of like rolling the.
It's picturing half vertically, like one half still has the foreskin all the way over, and then the other half looks like a regular dick. No offense.
Where do you think the foreskin digs?
What?
Where do you think the foreskin starts?
No, so like it's hard to picture.
Some people get circumcised near the top.
So like this, like the right half is like has the hood going all the way up, and then the left half is just that's
like down the middle.
It's down the middle vertically, yeah.
No, it's just like when they take a shower, it just flaps on one side.
And you put your hoodie up like only over your ears.
It stands up straight, and one side just peels over like a banana.
Yeah.
You know, no.
What half are we talking? Up top to bottom?
No, yeah, top vertically. They don't cut it down the middle. How do you cut a foreskin down the middle?
I don't know how you cut a foreskin at all.
Dude, you go around. Oh. You know, like a fucking, it's a tube. You know.
Yes.
So if you went around, you just grab it and you pull it off like cellophane off of a fucking off of like a French press coffee maker. You know.
See, I'm picturing like a Tron helmet over half the dick.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but nobody's got that Daft Punk dick.
I would love to see that.
No, that'd be interesting. But no, I'm talking about it's just up. So it's like the foreskin goes up to the very end of like halfway up the head of the dick. Yeah.
I've seen less dicks in person, like up close.
Yeah.
Recently.
Well, yeah.
I wrestled, so I saw a lot of dicks in the locker room, but they pretty much all looked like mine.
You watch porn.
Yeah, I'm not too focused on the dick, though. It's usually inside something. You can't really see the
You don't see the dick?
No, I mean, I see the dick. I'm not too focused on it.
You're just that hetero. You're just down to your balls. That just like, dude, I don't even see the dick. I just see the fucking
pretend
tits.
that. You mean you pretend that it's your dick? Really, that's the point of porn. Is you pretending that that's you.
See, I'm finding out now that as a bisexual person, I watch porn differently than you do.
You like both parties?
Absolutely.
That sounds great. I'm blocking out half the person.
Yeah, dude, it fucking works out for me.
So from your perspective, you're like a cuck kind of watching two separate people. Because I feel like,
no, I'm like a consumer watching a movie. You know?
But as a straight person, you can kind of like almost be like, all right, well, there's the girl, and like, what if that was me? You know?
Oh, well, yeah, I do that too.
Okay.
I do that too. I try to relate to everybody.
Much focused on the female.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
I saw that I was scrolling through categories. They've got new categories now that people are woke. There's like bisexual male threesomes. So like
that's been literally
like
on porn
But like
since I was a
that's
kid.
a category now in like the full category page.
Full category. Yeah, full category since I was a kid.
They're not
been bisexual forever. I know the spots.
They're not as transphobic anymore with the category names.
They are not. They get bad though. Yeah. They still do.
The titles are still. Porn's very.
Yeah.
They're getting better, but they're not woke.
No. They're
Porn's not woke.
Get on our level, Pornhub.
Yeah, they keep calling them. Like, they're too racy with them.
Yeah. And it's always derogatory.
Yeah.
You know, it's never even, like, clinical. You know what I mean?
Clinical?
You know, it'd be like, you know, this medical fucking...
You watching nurse porn?
Nurse porn. Yeah, that's what I'm watching. I saw it. Dude, one time, I, like, went deep on Pornhub. Mm-hmm. And I was like... I had already jerked off. I was just like, let's see what's the fuck is on here. And I found one. It was literally a lady.
That's funny.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, they got some shit out there.
You ever see cake farts?
Cake farts? No, but I've heard about it. It's funny. A popular topic.
It's so funny.
It's really in the Zeitgeist right now. It's farting on cakes.
Well, I think people have recreated it, but there's an old school video that like a friend just showed me one day. It was like, you gotta see this. It's so funny.
Did you watch Two Girls, One Cup?
No, I've never seen it. I've managed to not see it.
We should watch it right now on the podcast. We gotta record your reaction to it, dude.
I don't want.
Yes.
No, I don't want to see it.
What about one guy, one jar?
Even worse.
Dude, two kids in a sandbox.
What is that?
Shoves a dildo inside of his dick and it splits down the middle.
Oh.
Like down the urethra.
I've seen Mr. Hands. Have you seen Mr. Hands?
Oh, that's the one that fucking gets me. That's the one that fucks me up. That
was an inside joke for me forever. With a friend, because we watched that, and like right before the video cuts off, you remember then just his friend going, "Too deep."
His friend was in. I watched it with the sound
whoever
off.
was recording the video. There were people near that, obviously, and so one person just goes,
God.
"Too deep." Just questioning, "They go too deep." He fucking died.
Yeah, dude.
That's why you can't fuck animals in Washington anymore. You know that they like.
That's why you can't in that state specifically.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. Like, if you look at it, like, they changed laws because of that video.
Really?
It was not illegal to fuck a horse.
Dude, I was talking to somebody one time, and he, like... Oh, we do. But real quick, I'm going to get this in. He grew up on a farm in, I think, like, Idaho or something. And he was talking about, like, yeah, people don't talk about it, but it's a pretty normal thing to just fuck animals. like,
it's pretty normal. It's all right.
And it's like, I never did it, but, you know, I wanted to. You know, I asked my cousins. I was like, hey, you guys are out there fucking the sheep. You know, I was like, hey, let me go fuck a sheep.
Like? And what animal would you fuck if you could fuck an animal?
I think a
turtle.
Turtle? I was gonna say turtle, but I was like, why? Why a turtle?
Got that back hole with where the tail comes out.
A cloaca?
Huh? I don't know if that's the right word.
No, I know what a cloaca is.
You just fuck the hole where the tail pops out.
So you're not actually penetrating it?
I guess there's probably some penetration going on. I don't know the anatomy of a turtle too well. But I'm just picturing, you want an animal that doesn't squirm too much, is not going to claw you or peck you. You can't fuck a chicken. But a turtle you can just hold there and they couldn't really do much about it. Now you say one, so I'm not so weird.
Yeah, let me think for a second.
Are we choosing farm animals?
I think anything. I think it'd be exotic. You know, like a killer whale. You know?
Like a beached whale?
Yeah, not a beached whale. No, like a killer whale.
How would that...
Like if I ever fell in love... Dude, I read a thing where a dude, like, had a sexual relationship with a dolphin he believed to be consensual.
Well, that guy's a liar.
He is. But I was trying to find a way I could justify my fucking a dolphin. If I fucked a dolphin... No, I wouldn't. It would.
Sea animals are hard because then you gotta fucking.
Dude, you can't. You can't fuck an animal and have it not be your bad. You know what I mean? Like it's like you're fucking up.
That
dude.
goat was sending me the signal.
Yeah, you can't. You just like court a fucking like a fish.
Ugh.
Yeah, maybe a koi fish.
I could fuck
right
a fish.
Right in the mouth. Because that's basically a plant.
The gills.
You know, dude, the gills are sharp.
Oh.
Gills are sharp. If you touch it, like if you run your fingers the wrong direction on a fish's gills, it'll fucking slice your fingers
a cheese
open.
Grater?
No, it's like a blade.
Yeah, what do you think a cheese grater is?
Dude, they're like tiny little blades. I'm talking about straight up like blades on the side. Like it'll slice you the fuck open.
You think you could grate cheese with the gills of a fish?
No, you could slice it.
Oh.
Yeah, but they'd go inside of its head. You would just be peeling shreds of cheddar into this fish's
head. Gets slowly bigger. Filled up with Gouda.
His head just gets swollen.
And then you boil it. I wonder if that would fucking taste good.
No, because you want to bone the fish before you eat it. Gills are bones.
Not in some cultures.
What cultures eat the bones?
Sweden. Dirty Swedes over there eating the bones.
Dude, the fucking Swedes.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, stop fucking each other. Like, get some outside blood in there.
Yeah,
stop eating
go
fish
fuck
bones.
a fish. This went from
having incest.
babies to ghosts
to killing fish via cheese.
All right, everybody, go fuck a fish.
All right, moving on from that. When Dylan Jenkins was over, we chatted about some drugs. So now would be a good time to tune out, Mom. Skip ahead. Drugs with Jenkins.
I did these 2 shows at the Northwest Cannabis Club.
Okay.
And, like, the first time I did it, like, the host was up and he was doing some crowd work. And, there was this couple sitting in a love seat to the right of the stage. And he's like, man, what are you doing? He's like, oh, man, I'm a pizza delivery driver. And he's like, okay, cool. And he skipped over it. And, like, it was like a packed out fucking room of stoners. And I went up first. And I was just like, man, before we fucking get started, that's a fucking pizza delivery driver in a weed show. Like, fucking give him props. Like, he's our hero.
A round of applause.
At one point, there was this comic dude that was like, it was a former Marine. I'm like, we have a former Marine up on the show, but in this room,
this guy,
you're our hero. Dude, freaking,
that's dope.
And it was rad. Then the second time I did it, there was this old lady sitting right up front. She had this giant bong. Like, she was just like a little old lady, giant bong.
Did she bring it with her, or was it?
Yeah, I guess it was her. I didn't address it at all.
What? Okay.
And I ate shit, and I mean, there's probably plenty of other reasons why I bombed. But when I was like driving home, like, how did I not?
How
did I not talk to her or mention that? Like, that's like just the comedy gods like giving you like, hey, here's some wild shit, and just being like, so I bought a car. Back to some recent shit.
Like everyone else is like, I wish he would just talk about this old lady.
Yeah,
like, she's blocking my view with this bong.
Yeah, it was so. It was like cartoonish.
That's
it was
hilarious.
Yeah.
Dude, I would love to see a grandma just take a mean 2-foot bong rip.
Yeah, dude,
How
that'd
cool
be
would that be?
crazy.
Dude, I used to smoke weed with this kid named Chris, and his name was Chris. Yeah, he lived with his grandmother, and we would just get fucking shit housed with his grandmother. She was like this 70-year-old woman, just deeply fucked up, and like we were like 13, 14 years old, and we would just rip bong with this 70-year-old lady, and then he'd say, all right, grandma, that's enough, get the fuck out of my room.
That's enough, grandma.
Just so mean to
like a little brother. Beat it.
Yeah, dude. That kid was fucking weird.
I smoked with my friends. Whole family, and like grandma to like cousin a year younger than me. Like it was like
the whatever 4th of July, we were all just like, all right, let's go fucking smoke, and we would just pass around joints, and the grandma would like choose their music on like an actual old radio that you had to like tune into the stations, and she's like, I gotta find Buffett or whatever the fuck.
Just gotta find these fucking hits, man.
No bong though, just regular old lady joints.
She's like, what the fuck you kids know about Chubby Checker?
The young kids that always try and change the music.
Yeah. Old lady joints, like the ones that are like weirdly twisted together.
Yeah, and like she would roll them for sure. Like she's like, I'm the head of the smoking household. And
dude, I don't even know how you get that to work. I don't know what that is.
What?
Yeah, that thing. What kind of paper? That's like how you roll toilet paper. I feel like that's the only way you could get that joint to exist. With the spiral on it. Yeah, dude.
That looks fun.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure one time I smoked a joint of like just oregano.
Yeah.
And like just rolled in regular computer paper. And it's like one of the worst minute and a half, like worst 90 seconds of my life.
And that's why the back of my throat is black.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. We used to smoke. We'd roll up like we didn't know how to like grind weed, so we would just kind of pull it apart. So it would be like 20 tiny nugs like rolled up on a fucking piece of binder paper, and then we would just stick toothpaste in it to close it, and it'd just be like solidly flat, and we'd smash it until we could just get it in a shape.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, dude.
Smoking weed's fun, dude. That's all I gotta say.
I hated it. I fucking hated it. I did it a lot, but it was never fun. I never had a good time. It just freaked me out, dude. I just get nervous.
And it's like one of my best friends in high school. His birthday is like April 19th. It's either 19th or 21st.
Okay.
But it was always just like, he's got the 420 birthday.
Yeah.
The fact that I can't remember which specific one is a testament to
the
way we celebrated his birthdays.
Yeah.
And like this one time we got this fucking super dank weed from this kid, and we go because we can smoke in the studio above their garage, like there's attached.
Okay.
And like we got in there, my dude was like started rolling this blunt. We were just like, man, this fucking weed is this fucking chronic, dude. And we just like smell this shit, and, like he's rolling it, and we're just like, God damn.
Oh, I love that you're just watching your buddy roll and you're getting excited like a child on Christmas.
And just like the way, like it was just like it was so funky, and we're like, fuck it, we're smoking this blunt, and it's just like just the skunkiest fucking weed we're hitting, and we're like, it's all good. And then like as like my friend was handing the joint back to the dude who rolled it, he was sitting like you, he had his legs crossed and wearing boots.
Okay.
And he had the whole bottom of his boot was coated in shit.
Oh
no! he had stepped in just the biggest pile of dog shit, and he was rolling the blunt, sitting with
Oh my god!
It's like this whole time we're just like, man, this fucking weed is fucking chronic.
Wow.
It smells like shit.
It's so purple, it smells like dog shit.
Dude, this weed is giving me pink eye on my tonsils. Like,
it was like the one time we found like the one time where like you could smell shit and it was good.
Everyone's just sniffing
just
it
like
up.
This fucking like hydroponic fucking weed.
That's hilarious. This weed's so good, I'm gagging right now.
Yeah. Good times.
You do any other drugs? Are you a psychedelic guy?
Not so much anymore, but in the past for sure.
Well, now I'm going to tell you what happened last night. You tell me why not so much anymore, because I think I might be at the not so much anymore point.
Yeah.
So I did mushrooms last night. It's right before midnight, Mike, which was already like, I probably shouldn't have done that. Because like, on a base level, it's like, just watching people bomb on mushrooms is like, you get so empathetic with it, and you're just like, you feel it for them, and you're just like, oh, it hurts. Like, I'm like, just getting I'm coiling up in the corners watching some new guy. Also, then I just got super irrationally nervous before my set, which is not, I don't really, I mean, especially at like midnight, like, it's like,
And then I feel like I had an alright set. It's always I had a good set, but that's like a gamble of whether or not that, like, if it goes bad, you're just gonna kill yourself on the way home. Like, but I had an alright set, and then went to Clinton House afterwards. Mind you, I didn't drink at all.
Yeah.
I smoked a few one-hitters. I didn't like even go crazy on the weed. Just hanging out, Everyone else is drinking at Clinton House. It's like 5 a.m. We all go upstairs to Tyler's room, and we start doing dabs. So then I got too stoned. Again, nothing crazy. You look so nervous. It's not that I'm sitting right in front of you.
Nervous, dude.
No one knows. I spoiled the end of the story for him a little bit. And then at one point, I just stand up and I go to the bathroom to blow my nose, and then as I blow my nose, and I'm just standing there, and I'm like, my eyes are getting real fuzzy, and we're blacking out. And then I remember just being like, I literally was like, I'm thinking this is fine, this is fine, this is fine, and then it went into darkness, and fucking, I could hear everything still, so I heard a bunch of rustling noises, and it was it sounds like somebody's knocking shit over. And then I wake up and I'm laying flat on my back in the Clinton House bathroom, which is not a good place to lay down on the ground. And Lundy, who by the way was in his room, not really hanging out at that point in the night, Lundy is standing over me like, "You good, dog?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna need a second." And then Lundy was like, "Tight," and walked back into his room.
What the fuck?
Aegis went right back to sleep.
Dude, I understand both sides of this so fucking well.
I don't blame Lundy at all.
Yeah.
No, dude, that's so fucking
He
funny
goes,
though,
"Tight,"
dude.
and then it just walks
Awesome.
walks back into his bathroom. And at this point, Ross and they were because everyone was still in Tyler's room, right across the hallway, and so they heard something happen. I don't know. And then, and I'm I sit up and I'm like, oh, and it's just this has happened once before, and I thought I just wrote it off. It was more than a year ago, and again, I was on mushrooms and acid that night. And both times I was wearing a bunch of layers. I was upstairs in a old house that has weird heat. It's super hot and the top of Clinton House.
Yeah.
Had on bundled up for winter, and then I just overheat, and then I pass out for about 2 seconds, and then I wake back up completely fine. I'm like, "Hey, what's up? I'm fine. I'll just need a second." I'm right back to. I'm a little sweaty. That's it though. And then, but now I think I might have to not do mushrooms anymore because I don't want that to happen again.
Yeah, dude, I'm okay with that. As your friend, you hit your head, right?
They told me I did. I don't know. It's not I didn't even have a headache afterwards. I literally felt fine afterwards.
How many mushrooms how much was the dosage?
Not even that crazy. Less than an eighth for sure. Because I did, it was probably just a gram really, maybe a little over a gram. Because I split it up. I did it fucking 4 nights ago.
Yeah.
I mean a little bit less, maybe about the same.
Yeah.
Down here, in the cold.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
Yeah.
I think it's literally just a combination of heat and then just later in the trip of a mushroom, whatever fucking chemical imbalance that causes. I don't know. I don't know science, but it's fucking nuts.
Yeah, I remember
why'd you stop?
For a while. For a while, me and my friends did it. Would trip a lot, especially when we, when we had a band practice space. That was our first.
Okay, yeah.
Because we were all, still in high school.
Mm-hmm. But you had a place to go.
Yeah, it was 24 hours, and it became our.
I had a very similar situation.
1-room apartment, so it was just that was the shit, and so we'd go just fucking. You could go there at 3 a.m. and fucking play music or listen to music super loud.
Oh,
dude, that's fucking
play music on psychedelics is dope.
Yeah, so that was and we had we had that practice space I think for about 2 years, and it was just by the end we had it so configured with like between our instruments, but we also had like a little love seat, a couple extra like fold out chairs,
hangout space.
We had a mini fridge, a microwave,
Yeah.
TV, VCR.
You don't need to leave this place.
Oh, dude! Like it was like it was out by like the Everyday Music out in Beaverton, so we'd go. You could go like buy VHS movies for fucking $1.
That's fucking
shit. So
tight,
like,
dude.
and so yeah, then we crashed. It was right next to the Max. Like it was right next to a Max.
You're painting a dream scenario right now.
Bongo
man.
Fury, man. I think they're still out there.
Yeah.
And,
so were you more of an acid or mushroom? What were you?
I did acid first.
Okay.
Yeah, did that a couple times. I like them both.
Me too.
Definitely like the mushrooms if you're not down for that like 14-hour commitment.
Acid's a day experience. You got to start a little early, or you're up all night, or you're setting aside quite a bit of time.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's funny like done them both like in nature, inside, like and had great times both. Like sometimes, like some people will be like, "Man, I couldn't just be in a house on mushrooms." And I'm like, "Oh, it's pretty fucking cool."
Yeah,
like a couch and a couple movies.
Yeah, you'll like learn to appreciate different corners of your room.
Yeah.
Like you're like, I never stood in this part of my room. This is nice.
Yeah.
I'll just be over there,
Yeah. It's like, no, I'm gonna watch the 40-Year-Old Virgin for the 17th time.
Yeah,
after
shit. Yeah. Tommy Boy.
Psychedelics are like the only drug I miss like actively because it was never like a dirty experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I never did psychedelics and I felt like a worse person by the time I was done doing them.
Feel like you're improving yourself.
Yeah, dude. It was cool.
I always have a sense, like, anytime I'd ever tripped, there was always, like, a part of me where it was like, I probably don't need to do this again for, like, a while.
Yeah.
And then, like, I mean, early on, it was more around, like, with, but, like, as I've gotten older, it's definitely more just, like, a special occasion type thing.
Totally. Yeah.
But, like, I don't know, the first time I ever did mushrooms, I went and saw Borat. And
in theaters?
Yeah.
Oh,
and it was
exciting.
just like, I don't think it was like one of the hardest I've ever laughed in my life.
That would be. I didn't get to see that one in theaters, but that would have been a dope experience.
Yeah, that was just like, that was great.
Those movies are awesome. Yeah, I mean that's the thing is like even after last night, like both times I fucking passed out, I still would say I had a great night overall. Like it's like I had a great night, and then something weird happened, and then I had a great night after that.
We would like we'd trip to go see like shows, and that was all. Like it's always like when you're tripping while the band is playing, it's the best thing ever. Like sweet, like the show, like fuck yeah. But everything else, getting to the show, like waiting in line, fucking exiting a venue, like
crowd,
all that shit while you're tripping, like that sucks. Like that's the pain in the ass where you're just like, oh fuck, this isn't worth it. But like while you're there for the reason, that's
when you're focused on the music. Like I did acid and went to a concert once, and then you're just standing on concrete the whole time. By the end of the show, you like your lower back hurts a little bit, and I was just like focusing way too much on the slight pain in my lower back. Yeah, it was just ruining it for me. I was like, live music right in front of me. Quit thinking about your dumb back, idiot.
I think like the best show I ever went to was Les Claypool and his it's like his solo band or whatever.
Oh
and
shit!
It's like this a Fungi and Foe tour or whatever. Yeah. Just like I'm a huge Primus fan. I fucking love Les Claypool.
Hell yeah.
And I fucking took an eighth of mushrooms, and it was just one big fucking mushroom. And like man, like it was at the Roseland, and like me and my friends, we rode our bikes down there, and it was the fucking. But like we got on there, like the opening band was like just ending, and then like it took like a half hour for them to set up, and like I was with my buddy who was also fucking tripping, and he was like kind of freaking out. He's like, dude, I think I'm gonna fucking leave. I gotta leave. Like, and understand, but I just like, I grabbed him and I was just like, dude, I know this sucks right now, but like, just look at the stage, man. Fucking Les Claypool's gonna be right there.
Hell yeah.
Very soon.
Fuck
like we got this. Let's fucking
give him a rally talk.
Yeah, like dude, like I know we're the shit now, man.
The pregame football
the hill's
coach.
just right there, man.
Just give me 6 more inches.
Yeah, exactly. But
6 more inches.
Dude, they fucking came out and it was like one of the shows like where it was like the set that they played. It was like they were in my mind, man. Like they played every song I wanted to hear.
Hell yeah.
And then just like this like just insane he with his band he had like a cello player, the drummer, and then he's got like this like percussionist like on like these marimbas, and they're all just like super high tier level like musicians and just it was a fucking shred fest. It was crazy.
Dude, Les Claypool has got to be tied on psychedelics because it's so complex. It's like watching patterns, like the whole thing. That's got to be fucking crazy.
But it's like funky and listenable. It's musical. Like
it is.
Like he'll like. I always like as a guitar player, like I wanted to be able to like shred like Steve Vai or something like that. Dude. But I could never bring myself to like practice like that. Yeah. Or whatever. Like I like playing and I wanted to be like technically like good, but I just couldn't. I couldn't just do like the straight like shred stuff, and so like to hear like something like more musical.
Yeah, it's very fucking cool, dude. Yeah, dude, I never did like the right drugs at concerts. I never like went on psychedelics or like got like smoked weed before. I went to go see like a folk punk band on like a 2-day speed bender. I creeped out the lead singer. It was real fucking bad, dude. It was like not cool.
Dude, speed and folk, like that was hilarious.
I was really excited to see this band, like both sentimentally and also just from adrenaline and amphetamines, and like I fucking dude, I met Sean Bonnet and I touched him. No, dude, me and my buddy touched him a little too much.
Come here, Sean.
Dude, well, we had recorded a folk punk album, right? So we like waited outside the venue because we were gonna give him the album and shit, and like. I'm not going to say out loud what the track list was, but I was 16 and it's AJJ. Do you know them? So AJJ is like their latest album is shit, but like when they started out, they did this thing where it was like shock humor, folk punk or whatever. Okay. So me and my buddy were like, "Oh, we need to do that." So we wrote some of the most horrific fucking songs ever.
Oh yeah,
like we did a Gigi Allen cover and shit.
Okay, yeah. Oh.
But, like, at this point, he was no longer 18 and in this band, so he was like, I've moved past this and grown as a human, and he, like, I saw him see his influence on these twacked out 15-year-olds and be like, what have I done? Like, holding this thing we had worked on for, like, a month.
He got to bed at night and whatever, groupie was like, what's wrong, Sean? It's like, I'm just thinking about these kids.
I led them astray, man.
I fucked these kids up.
Yeah, I didn't know the power that I yielded.
Rethink things.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to use it better. Oh, shit. I almost dated a guy who lived in New York.
What?
I forgot that this happened.
What?
Forgot that this happened. It was a guy that a friend of mine from high school put me in contact with, and he said he was going to come to San Francisco. I was 13 or 14 at the time. Okay. And he was like hip. He was like hip and from New York. He was a poet. He was into all this shit, and he's like, I'm going to come to San Francisco. We're going to drop acid together and make out in Dolores Park. And I was like, holy shit.
I can't
You're
wait.
the coolest. And then it set in like a week into this that it was like, oh no, I'm probably actually never going to see you. Yeah. Like that's never going to happen. So I just ghosted him. I just never talked to him. I
what if it was real?
Tyler. No, he was a real guy. I wasn't getting catfished. He was a real dude.
You broke Tyler's heart.
Yeah, you know what?
If you found
I think
Tyler
Tyler's
today?
fucking fine. I wonder if he's. I have no idea how.
Is there a grinder? Is there a Grinder Plus that you could do, like go to New York and location?
Yeah, dude. If I could sift through every gay in New York to find this one guy.
It's like a romantic comedy.
No.
The Grindr story.
Dude, could you imagine a romantic comedy that started on Grindr? How horrific that shit would be? Dude, the first 30 minutes of that would be a horror movie before any of it got cute.
But you find the one, you know?
I don't think Tyler's the fucking one.
Well, he's definitely on Grindr. You could try.
I'm sure he is, but I'm not gonna do that.
He was gonna move to San Francisco for you.
He was not gonna move to San Francisco.
You don't know that.
He said he was gonna visit it, but it was like, dude, you're 15.
You don't know what that visit could have turned into, Noah. You abandoned your one true love early on, and ever
now
since
that you're
then,
saying it,
ever
I
since
do
then,
see the reality
you've
of the
been looking for
situation.
Tyler.
Either way, I could give a shit, and
I'm putting it out there. The internet does magic. I'm putting it out there. Tyler, if you're listening, call in.
Tyler, if you're listening, I'm sorry I ghosted you in the 9th grade.
Don't hold that against him. He's a grown man now.
I'm sorry that it didn't work out between us, but you know, you're an East Coast guy. And I've been a West Coast guy for a long time, you know.
But you want to be an East Coast guy.
Our oceans don't like each other.
Tyler,
we got very different oceans.
At the very least, Tyler's an apartment you could crash in on a trip to New York.
No, I couldn't because I don't even know the dude's last name.
They don't put last names on Grindr.
What are you talking about, dude?
You're finding them on Grindr.
I'm not finding them on Grindr. I'm not going to do it, and
right.
I couldn't do it, and I'm not willing to put in that work.
Somebody will do it. I'll do it for you. Hashtag let's find Tyler, everybody. Come on, internet. Do your thing. Moving on, Ben Levy joins the group for the latter half of this episode, and oh boy, does it get to be the perfect kind of fucked up. Hope you like it.
The Alberta Street Market. Right over there.
Pretty off.
Alberta Street. Oh,
like
yeah. Oh, shit.
The
Yeah,
chicken
dude.
place?
Yeah.
That's chicken. Yeah.
What's up, Jenkins?
What's up, man? You know that chicken's so good because like you go there like during peak hours and like there'll be like just crows all along the fucking
waiting for people.
Dude, like
People throw the bones.
well, yeah, no, like so like I remember once like I rolled up there and as I was walking back to my car there was this Escalade and the window rolled down. I just saw this giant arm reach out and just toss like the full like it was the plastic bag but with the brown paper bag inside.
Yeah.
Chicken just like out into the street. And at first I'm like, oh man, that's fucked
Literally,
up.
what the fuck?
But then it was just like,
whoa,
crows just descended upon this bag
That is hilarious.
and just like ripped it up. And I was like, this is like some medieval shit.
Yeah,
Like,
I used to do that.
Up.
yeah.
I used to do that on my lunch break when I worked at Walmart. I would go over to like Taco Bell, because there was all those fast food places next to it, and like because people would do it, like there were seagulls that like live there.
Yeah.
Like I haven't seen seagulls hardly anywhere else in
I
Portland
thought you
except.
said singles. They were
Yeah,
always
like they were
singles.
a bunch of single ladies, and they were just waiting for me to throw
Yeah,
French
man.
fries at them.
Dude, that's my crowd right there. Man.
There were seagulls, crows, and pigeons, and they all just like fucking lived off of the droppings from that whole shopping center. And so I would like get like French fries or like a cinnamon twist and just like throw it out my window and just wait for the birds to fight each other. And like you could like if a pigeon gets there first, it'll get like a few nibbles, and a crow will scare it off because it's a bit bigger. And then the seagull comes in, and all the crows are like, "Oh fuck!" And like you're just gonna see like an ecosystem.
Oh
Crows
yeah.
So you guys know how smart crows are?
Oh yeah.
I read somewhere that like crows, like a smart crow is about as smart as an 8-year-old human being.
Jesus
Like
Christ.
you can have a conversation with.
Yeah, they for
8-year-old.
sure recognize
Or maybe
faces.
it was 5, but even 5, that's kindergarten.
Yeah.
They read.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they can like solve like problems. I've watched some YouTube videos.
They've got some like where they do the water displacement thing, so they'll put like a nut at the bottom of this thing, and they'll have a crow, and they'll have the things out that it would need, and the crow figures out that if it puts water in, that the nut will rise, and then it can.
That's
Dude,
crazy.
I feel like the reverse of that would be a good argument not to let a 5-year-old do anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, hey, dude, he's just as smart as a crow.
Yeah.
Alright?
It's like, dude, why are you feeding your kid chicken bones? It's like,
Yeah.
no, listen.
He rips it up.
Crows are smart, dude. We were walking downtown the other day and saw that falcon.
Yeah,
What?
there's a okay, I guess this is the thing. People that they scare the crows
because
away.
you saw the Falcon. I told you what the Falcon was, but you saw the Falcon.
I was like, yo,
you wanted to follow. We were going this way. The Falcon was going the other way. He was like, "Can we just go?
Let's follow the Falcon, man."
Because it was just a guy with a glove. You're like fucking.
And an orange vest.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if you hang out downtown at all.
Oh,
those big tall trees are just
crows,
crow homes.
Shit everywhere,
all over people. And so, what I've been told, I haven't seen it in action.
I've never seen a dude walking around the city with a falcon.
He's a falcon.
Yeah.
And
Jake was so unimpressed.
Jono told me one time that he saw it like last year because it's a yearly thing. I don't know what part of migration the crows are, but like every fall and like winter, the crows hang out there. And Jono said he was coming to Ankeny one day and he just saw the guy go, yeah, and like pointed at a tree, and then the falcon took off, and then a bunch of crows just like flooded in the window, and he just chases them out of the city with this fucking falcon.
Yeah, right down there between Kelly's and Ankeny's, like that specifically.
It's a hot spot for them.
Man, like you'll be walking, you'll see a car that's just like covered in shit. Like
I got shit on outside.
You were wearing that very hat.
I got shit on this hat.
Literally right where the Ralph logo is. We were just talking. It was hilarious because we were like, we knew about the crows, and we were like, all right, let's stand over there where we won't get shit on. Because it wasn't underneath the tree. Like, let's go over there. So we're talking for about 10 minutes, maybe, and all of a sudden Noah's like making a point, and it just goes.
It's like he had a shitty idea.
He was running a bit.
And this crow's like, boom.
Yeah, this crow's like, fuck polo.
Yeah, dude.
But
dude, my whole thing is like, when you have to train a falcon, alright, so I don't know if they get them when they're like a little baby falcon, or if they get an adult, or they get them from the wild, or they raise them up. But there has to be a point where you do all the preparation or whatever, you're training to become a falconer, and then you're holding the falcon, and you go, and then it just flies away.
Yeah.
Like, how many falcons are there?
And then it never comes back.
Yeah. Like, how do you...
They probably, they factor that into the budget.
You gotta practice in a gymnasium.
6% loss is factored in. It's life.
So maybe they just breed falcons. So
I imagine like
falcon breeder.
You have the falcon as it's a baby, and then it like gets older, and it's like going through puberty, and it's like, fuck you, Dad. I like crows, man. Crows are cool. Crows never did nothing to me, man.
Hanging out with them crows.
Yeah, the crows didn't fucking force me to practice fucking 6 a.m.
Cool hippie falcon.
But yeah, that one time, I'm like, me and my friend, we were walking to the movie theater, and like we were walking our bikes up this like steep hill, and there's just a flock of birds flew over us. My buddy just dropped his bike and like ran to get under some cover, and I'm like, dude, fucking the odds of getting shit on is not gonna happen. And just like right then, like just bird shit on my hand, like just as I was like holding the bike. It was perfect. Like it was just like one of those cosmic things where you're just like, what a fucking.
I guess I should have listened to my friend.
Also, they're smart enough, like being that crows are as smart as they are. You know for a fact that they know.
They know the word shit.
They know that we don't like getting shit on. They know, like, I guarantee you there's a crow that just likes shitting on people and aims for people.
Yeah.
Because,
like a bomber from World War II.
Yeah, if you were a 5-year-old that could fly, what would you do? Shit on
people. 100%.
That's a good point.
Real life.
Yeah, man.
You know, they recognize people, too. Like, they recognize the same person.
That's why working at Walmart, because I was in the parking lot pushing carts, I would always I would literally like head nod to crows and be like, "What's up, dude? Remember me? I work here. We're coexisting."
Dude, what's the most amount of carts you were ever able to push at once?
Well, I was pretty lazy and used the machine most of the time.
Okay, so I figured at Walmart you'd have a machine,
but I don't know, like 30 to 40 probably.
Hell yeah.
And it was like you break a sweat doing it. Sometimes I would work out on the job, just like act like I was at football camp pushing shit, you know?
Yeah,
like if you do it with good form, you're like getting a workout in while you're doing that.
Yeah. Oh man, those cart run days as a courtesy clerk, man. That was the shit.
That's a job that's gonna be lost to automation.
That's fine.
Good riddance. Good riddance, man.
Like I didn't mind that job when the weather was nice. In the summertime, that was a great job because you're just outside all day listening to music and podcasts, just kind of getting a light workout in. Yeah. But then as soon as you're doing that in the rain, you hate your life and everyone you see, and you want to punch a crow, and it just sucks so bad. It sucks so bad.
One time I was a courtesy clerk. I was doing car runs in the summer, and my boss, this dude at the time, fucking, I still hate this dude. Like, but I remember, like, I was drinking water and he was leaving and he was just like, all right, Dylan, remember to stay hydrated today because it's hot. Just remember. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm fucking drinking water. This is like the 9th glass of water I've drank today, you fucking asshole. Like, duh.
I don't want to drink.
Yeah. It's fucking 100 degrees out there. Like, I know.
That's like the most like rage I feel like is like there's one of them is like when you're working and someone's leaving and you have to close and someone gets to leave early. There's a rage there. Yeah. And then the other one is I feel like when you're like when you play sports growing up and your coach is making you run and they're not running. Oh yeah. It's the same thing.
Like
where
your fat coach is making you work hard.
Yeah. Yeah. And run. Like, fuck you.
You run.
I hate this and I hate you.
I did see that with like the first couple weeks of football or whatever would always be like they're trying to weed out the quitters and shit.
Oh, yeah, that was me. They always weed me out.
And so like the hothead kid that like I'll be wide receiver, and then he just figures out this shit sucks, and they're yelling at me and like they just like fucking lose it on the coach. Fastest. You always see that like. You fucking run, fat ass, and then he just like he sprints out like I'm done.
His cleats. Dude, I remember distinctly one time trying I was like mad at my dad and I just got home from like soccer practice and I was like, I'm running away. But I didn't even run, I just walked away, but I was in my cleats. Just like clicking down the street. And then my dad just like he let me walk like 6 blocks, then his car just slowly rolled up next to mine. He's like, you ready to come home? And I was like, click.
He's got your shoes in his hand, he's like, you want these?
Yeah. He's like, no, I'm in search for grass right now, man.
That's when I remember being so happy though when I was like done when I decided that I'm just not an athlete like in high school, because I was like every time like you get off school and you're like done and then everyone would like you have to just like go put on a bunch of pads and run around, and I was just like hated it. I just wanted to go home.
You're done with your day, but now you have 2 more hours of way harder work to do.
And then I remember after quitting and being like, I'm done, and then watching all the dudes like put their pads on and thing, I was like, fuck you,
idiot.
I don't have to do that.
Dude, I watched my brother. My brother played sports a lot growing up. He was
dead
like, he's dead now. It's fucking crazy. No, but I'm pretty sure he has CTE. He's an interesting dude. I love my brother, but he
next Aaron Hernandez.
He played rugby, he played football, but he played lacrosse. And he really did not like lacrosse. And I remember one time he was in like maybe like the 4th grade or something, and my mom was taking him to lacrosse practice, and he had his pads on, and he wasn't saying anything on the car ride. And she had like a minivan with the sliding doors on it. So we were on the way to lacrosse, drop him off for lacrosse practice, and she stopped, and the sliding door went open, and he just ran off into the woods.
I want to go.
Dude, I played lacrosse.
Like, we gotta find Seth.
I remember there was like... You find him like a month later with his twigs.
He's gone feral and grown like a 4th grade beard.
He started catching birds with his lacrosse stick.
Yeah, and then like he's sharpened the other end with like just a point, so he's like fishing with it.
Dude, I remember my brother and my neighbor. They used to do like weird psychopathic shit. Like they got pellet guns and would kill a bunch of birds and shoot bunny rabbits and shit.
Cool.
And like
murder people now.
Cool dudes. They're dead now.
Yeah. No, but like I remember one time there was a dead bunny, and then my neighbor, who was just like, I think abused at home probably, just took this lacrosse stick and just scooped up this dead bunny and then just lobbed it
at somebody.
Like, and then just like flung like 40 feet through the air and just splatted in the street. I was like, God.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. That is so funny.
Like, that's like, did he kill the bunny though?
Yeah, I think they shot it.
Yeah.
They also ate one.
Worth the
This was the suburbs. Yeah. This was like not like this wasn't like rural. They shot a bunny with a pellet gun and cooked it and ate it. And I ate
at least they cooked it.
Because it was my older brother. And
I had a friend like
rabbit eating ass.
I'm not cool with this dude anymore, but like this guy I was like kind of tight with like 3 or 4 years ago. Shot a squirrel with a BB gun, and he made squirrel jerky, and I ate it. I had some, dude. Yeah. It had hair on it.
Yeah. Oh. There you go. Dude, but yeah, I remember this one kid on my lacrosse team. His name was Liam, and like he was one of those kids. Like, you know, even when you're a kid, you meet someone where you're like, you were born in the wrong like century. Like this kid should have been born in like Sparta or like he just had like no empathy. He just wanted to break things, and like he would build catapults like when we were like 13, 14, and just like. He was just like a mean kid, and he had this buzz cut.
So it's called a trebuchet.
Yeah. And like he was on the lacrosse team. And this kid he strangled his cat, and he was a defenseman, so he had
born in the wrong time.
I'm serious, dude. And then,
he's a '90s kid.
Yeah.
The Spartans would have respected him for that.
Yeah. But
Back in the day when you could strangle a cat, no problem.
Yeah, it's like, we need to eat.
But he was a defenseman, and the defensemen in lacrosse get like 8 foot, like basically just like a giant club, and he just would just like get this like glint in his eye and start swinging that thing, and the coaches loved him, and I remember just being this kid and being like, I have to like. You basically just gave this probably gonna be a murderer kid like a giant metal pole, and they're just letting him just swing it at my shins.
He's crazy.
He's a cop now. That's what happens there.
I'm serious. Yeah.
I knew a kid who fucked a cat and killed it. On video.
He's always got a one.
Wait,
it's the worst. It's the fucking worst.
Fuck the cat.
And then killed it.
Well,
dude, you can't just fuck a cat and not kill it. You can't let it like
cats are
walk
smarter
around.
than crows. They'll remember that shit.
Yeah, I can recognize faces.
I'd like to think like that cat would just like wait until like the person was asleep and just claw their.
Cats aren't smarter than crows, though. Cats are dumb.
Scared the shit out of me, dude. He scared the shit out of me,
Okay.
and he liked me. So it was always this thing where it was like, I'm gonna be cool with this guy because I know what this guy does.
Yeah.
So I fist bumped him. He had one of those hoverboards. He would go around on a hoverboard and just fuck cats.
Jesus Christ. That's why you tell your stories last.
You think like he ever fucked a cat while on the hoverboard, like leaning back and like
dude, just going.
Wait, hold. Okay, so
you see him just chasing a cat, like
So this dude's just open about his cat.
He's telling people about this. He's bragging.
From what I heard, he was not ashamed of it. I did not hear it from him. I heard it from somebody else. Yeah. I think it was the person who filmed it.
It's on film. That's
the person. Okay.
Yeah, he hadn't heard of just like a tripod. Like figure like, look, man, it's like rule number 1 of cat fucking is film it yourself.
Yeah, you don't gotta have a buddy.
Yeah, you don't need to bring it, an auteur and stuff.
What a weird request. He's like, hey, Saturday, do you think you can come over to my place? Yeah, sure. What do we do? We're just hanging out.
I got a sketch I'm working on.
I got a short film.
I need a camera.
Yeah. And actually, Christopher Nolan's next movie is called Cat Fucker. That'd be great if he just was like, you know what, I'm just doing raunchy fucking...
doing horrible...
It's a direct response to Don't Fuck With Cats.
Yeah.
It's called Yes, Fuck Cats.
Yeah.
Alright, that was the episode.
That's it. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Leave now.
You can't just fuck a cat and not kill it. Turn it off.
You want an animal that doesn't squirm too much, he's not going to claw you or peck you.
Alright, get the fuck out.